Welcome back, everybody, to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. In the last episode, we officially cracked our 5 million total earnings and 1 million on-hand cash, which means that today, if the wizard would be kind enough to permit, which I hope he will, then we will be grabbing our first obelisk. We're going for full tilt. We're going for the big one, as I feel the island obelisk would be the most useful one, so that's what I am choosing to do. God, this just I can't get over how much nicer this looks than what I'm used to seeing, where I'm used to seeing it basically just be a pointless and fruitless area, but it looks very nice now, and I'm very glad about that. Right, before we do anything else, of course, we need to get our routine done for the day, and there's not too terribly much. As you can see, our powder melons have already finished, so in terms of, like, tossing those in, those are pretty much done and dusted, so I think I will go ahead and show off the routine for the day. And tragically, though we will have more eggs, I will not be able to bring those to Gus's saloon, as we're kind of blocked off from there. I do want to take another one of these dinosaur eggs and go ahead and toss that in the incubator, so we'll have another one of those coming up at some point, but for right now, I want to... Oh, what should I choose here? What do I not have any of in my inventory? That'll work. And then some wool, if we've got any left. Yep, we still got a little bit left. Put that there. This will go here. I think I'll just hang on to the eggs for now, and we'll do them the next day in game, which, since this is going to be a shorter day in game because of the festival, shouldn't take too terribly long on that front. So we'll take those. I intentionally made sure to not milk any of the goats on my second day of routine, so I believe they should be fished with a fishing line. I believe they should be all synced up to where all of them are producing milk. So now all of our cows and sheep, or all of our cows and goats, rather, will produce milk on the same day, and then cows only every other day. That feels like a little bit easier to keep track of. So let's do that. Did I put the pail back in there? I did. Okay, good. Hello, Callie. You adorable little evil pirate, you. It's fine to call her evil. She likes being called evil, so it's all fine. We've got our orange for Gus. I almost said we have our Gus for orange. No, we have our orange for Gus. So I will hang on to that and go ahead and store everything. You will notice as well, now all of a sudden, some of these are turning into silver star quality. What does this mean? It basically means squat. It means they're worth a tiny bit more, and that they take up extra space. This will happen after you've had trees in the greenhouse or on your farm for a year. They'll move up to silver star quality, then to gold. You get the idea. So that's why they are doing that. And I will bring Gus this is the best I can do for the oranges, but you know what? It seems fitting that the first day of those being done is the first day, or is the day that Gus is going to be given one, so he will get our first higher quality orange, so I hope he enjoys it. Other than that, I don't think there's really anything else to do other than see if we can manage to get that obelisk, which I'm hoping it will allow me to. Ooh, piece of gold. Thank you. Most people wouldn't be excited for that on Christmas, but me? Oh no, I'm very excited for that. It's a good thing for me to be getting. So let's put all that away. Let's grab another geode. Crack that. Alright, so once again, I'm going to pull up the wiki to make exactly sure that I get this right. Yes, I know I got a spam call in the last episode. I chose to ignore it because it was a spam call. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Island obelisk. For this, we need 1 million gold, which we have. We need 10 iridium bars. So let's grab those. We need 10 dragon teeth. And the last thing we need is, for some reason, 10 bananas. And we do have those as well, so let's grab those. And now, the most important part, let's see if the wizard is actually available. Normally, no shot, but I think there's two reasons there might be a shot today. One is it's the wizard's tower and he doesn't really hang out with the locals all that much. And two, we have the key to get into anybody's building regardless of like time of day or something like that. So if that includes holidays, we would be able to get in there. 5 pieces of trash and 20 pieces of bug meat. I don't know why that threw me off as much as it did. I don't think I have 5 pieces of trash on hand, but I do believe I've got the bug meat. But I can hopefully manage to do that pretty quickly. Ah, it is locked. Damn. Oh well. I think our best bet for specifically getting the trash is probably just to fish on our own farm. It's nearby, it's close, it's easy to do, so that's what I'm going to go for there. I'm going to see if I have any pieces on hand, and also grab the bug meat as well, and potentially we can get that done even before Feast of the Winter Star. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. First of all, we'll get rid of that. Didn't that last one give me the exact same thing? Oh well, not important. That goes in there. Bug meat, yeah, we got plenty of that. So put that there. I don't have any normal pieces of trash. But I sure as heck could try and fish some up before we get going. And as it would just normally be Feast of the Winter Star, nothing else. Oh wow, I actually got a fish for once. It's pretty abnormal to do on any farm that's not the ocean or the riverside. Well, if nothing else, we can toss all of that stuff into the shipping bin to make a little bit of extra money. But either way, this will show something more than just Feast of the Winter Star. And if I remember correctly from last year in game, I think Haley was the person that was assigned to us. She's the one that gifted us something. And she gave us a glow ring. So I'm curious to see if, like with Gus, if it will be the same character and what item they'll also give me. Personally, I would hope it would be somebody different. I would like to think it's just pure coincidence that I got Gus twice in a row. And while I'm not disappointed to get him by any stretch of the imagination, I do think it would be better to have a little bit of variety. Also, I didn't mention something, and I totally should have. If you, in your house, have a table and you put down milk and cookies on your table, as in the item milk and the item cookies, and you can put down multiple sets, whenever it rolls over to today, the 25th, you will find that the milk and cookies are gone and they will be replaced by a mystery box, one for each cookie or milk that you put down. So, if you're looking for a lot of mystery boxes, you could literally just fill up your home with a ton of milk and cookies on that day, and then come back and then boom, you've got a ton of mystery boxes as well. I'm having quite a bit of luck catching fish here, and on any other day that would be great, but right now not so much. I might actually take the bait and tackle off of my fishing rod here. First I'm going to store some of this stuff because it's starting to get a little crowded in here, I think. I do want that golden animal cracker, so I'm going to hang on to that. This can go, that can go, that can go. I don't need the artifacts. Don't need those. There we go. Got all these extra pieces to things that I just don't need right now. Oop, I missed a fish. Go here. And with that animal cracker, we did have at least one animal, right, that needed one. You have a cow that needs one, and an ostrich that needs one. I'd rather give it to the ostrich, personally. It's not you. Where's the other one? Ah, there you are. And because we've got... milk's, or that cheese is already done, let's go ahead and restock and resupply these, too. Nice, by the way. Nice amount of eggs. I think I'll just pass on the wool for right now and not worry about that. So, yep, there's another nice little bit. So, again, 3K, 6K. We'll just say 8. 8 total. Another 8K just by quickly swinging there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Feast of the Winter Star. After I grab that and toss it into the shipping bin. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It'll be nice to see everybody again in town. It's been a hot minute. Hey, Pierre, how's it going? Got anything interesting? Frozen Tear? How fitting. That would be good for my husband in game. We don't really need any of this, though, because this is all things available in the catalog we already have. Need any last-minute gifts? I'll get you covered. Take a look at my wares. I mean, the fire quartz is kind of a cool idea. Look, it's the Winter Star. Oh, my mistake. It's just a decoration. It's so pretty. I wish our town could always look like this. Yeah, it wouldn't be special then, but I get you. Sometimes I dread going to parties, but afterwards I'm always glad I went. Excuse me, where are my manners? The spice cider has quite a potent fizz to it. Yeah, it's all good. Oh, hello. Don't pay any mind to me. Just enjoy yourself. The simple man, Delta, I'm thankful for a solid roof over me head and a hot can of beans in the morning. Could use some new blacksmithing tools. Might have gotten a little rusty over the years. Mulled wine is the only thing keeping me warm in this freezing weather. Hello, Delta. What kind of gift are you hoping to receive this year? An iridium milk pail, an interesting book, a lump of coal. I actually would like the lump of coal, but I'm going to say the milk pail. Never heard of such a thing. It sounds expensive. Yeah, I would just like it because it's purple. Happy Feast of the Winter Star, Delta. It's the time to unwind, enjoy good company, express gratitude for all that we have. Happy feasting, Delta. One benefit of cold weather is I can put frozen pizzas under the tree. Someone's in for a real treat. Heck yeah, they are. It's time to open presents yet? Yeah, it's getting there. Don't know what most of the stuff is, but it tastes good. Yeah, this is your first year here. Mayor personally invited me to his table. I couldn't turn that down. Wow, look at you, Lewis, actually doing something nice for once. Have you tried the pecan pie? It's my favorite. Ooh, that does sound good right about now. Give Gus the secret gift? No, I'm gonna wait until I've talked to everybody. Isn't the tree gorgeous? I spent all morning decorating it with Marnie and Jody. It's a fun tradition. Wonder which present is mine. Hope it's a big box. Hey, don't worry, you don't need to give me anything. I'm just happy to wake up to you every morning. What else could a guy ask for? Aw. Already spend all day with the family anyway. Why do we have to have a big hubbub out in the cold? You're more than welcome to join us at our table, dear. Oh, I might actually take you up on that. I'm pretty sure there's a grid ball-shaped present with my name on it underneath the spirit tree. Oh, Alex, you and your football. This green jelly has a minty flavor to it. I wonder how mint became associated with Feast of the Winter Star. Does mint even grow in winter? I don't think so. Well, husband got me a new power saw this year. Must have forgotten they got me the same thing 2 years ago. Pretty chilly today. Good thing everyone here is bundled up. Yeah. I got the toy dinosaur I wanted, see? It's called the Stegonosaurus, I think. So my little boy happy and healthy is what I'm thankful for. Yeah, this is your first year here as well for Feast of the Winter Star. This spot is for the overflow of presents. There's just too many to count this year. Yeah, well, we got new people in the valley. Who gives someone a Joja basket? Nice. Maybe it was Morris, I don't know. I'm just kind of quickly checking to see if there's anybody, like, just well off in the distance here. Usually it would be someone like Linus or Leo, but we've seen them both. But just on the off chance that somebody's, you know, trying to shy away from the crowd, maybe, you know, have a little bit of quiet time. I want to chat with them too, if there's anybody like that. Now Pam's got that nice new house. We've done a lot of good for the valley this year. We brought, you know, we welcomed 2 new people in with Leo and with Kent. We got Pam a house built. We've done tons of the special orders and stuff like that, so it's been good. Gus, happy Feast of the Winter Star. Oh, so it's you. Ah, an orange, thanks. Yeah. An avocado! No, it's Haley again. Interesting. Wonder she'll have gotten me the same thing as last year. That'd be pretty funny, actually. I don't think it's set to give you the same character. If that's pure coincidence, I gotta check what the statistical odds of that are. Hi, so I'm your secret gift giver this year. Well, open it. Because if that's the case, the odds have also decreased because we've had 2 more villagers. It is not the same thing, though. It is a different item. Purple mushroom. it's nothing fancy, but it's the best I could afford. Thanks, I'll sell it for some money. Yeah, if that's coincidence, that's really weird. That, like, managed to get the same people for both who we gifted to and also who gifted to us. That's almost creepy, honestly. Alright. With that taken care of, let's quickly do a little bit more work around the farm. And then I want to see if I can get more of that trash. I'm trying to think if it would be better to go here or if it would be better to go to the caves, but I think it would be better to go here. I'm just going to remove all the stuff off of the fishing rod to decrease the catch rate for actual fish, and we'll see if that provides any assistance. Once it rolls down to about 12:30, I do want to go and actually take the pieces of bug meat to the raccoons, just so at least that part is done and taken care of. So I will see you guys whenever we hit that point. Alright, we'll cut back in here. No dice on the trash, unfortunately. This is what we picked up. So I got a piece of the driftwood. I even tried switching to the bamboo pole to see if that'd make a difference. Not really, to be perfectly honest with you. Not really. So I think probably the cave is going to be our best bet for helping these little critters out. But I've got the bug meat ready, so that's at least something. So I think that will be something we do in the coming days of hopefully managing to get that. So we'll do that in the obelisk tomorrow, I think, and see what we can do there. We'll also be able to drop off the eggs for the omelet as well, which will be good. So I'll probably do all that even before doing the routine, but we'll see. Oops. For now, we'll just toss some extra stuff in the shipping bin. I don't have any real need for that. Alright. Let's actually get to proper bed for once, which Sebastian will be very grateful for, that we actually didn't just crash in the middle of the floor this time. Yeah, not a lot today, but it's a holiday, you know, and holidays aren't about making money. It's about just enjoying the time you got. Alright. What are we looking at? Fortunes are not great. Blessing of the Butterfly. Interesting. Alright, well, before you take that walk, I've got something for you. Yep, I'm gonna do it again. Here you go. Hey, thank you. I'll drink this when the sky gets dark. You enjoy it. How are we doing with him? 12 hearts. Alright. Good progress. Again, there is a reward for doing that, so if a reward is what you are required in order to, you know, make your spouse happy. And no, it's not a little time with some freaky deaky, so nice try on that, but no. We got mail. Here's a vegetable from the garden I keep out back. You probably have more veggies than you know what to do with, but oh well. Caroline. Oh, potato. Cool. Thanks. Bye. Alright. I'm not going to do full routine, as I mentioned, but I am going to crack open a geode and put a piece of trash in here. And then once we do that, we're going to run a couple quick errands here. First and foremost, the obelisk. We got to do the obelisk first. I have been waiting to do this for a hot minute. I got distracted by making the house nice and pretty, which was a fair distraction, in my defense. I think that was worth it. Oh, watch the catalog be in here and screw me out of this. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Is the catalog in here? Please tell me the catalog's in here. That'd be so funny. Nope, it's not in there. Red cabbage seeds are, but nope. Okay. It would have been funny, though. But yes, now that I've actually got the $1 million to spend, and we've got another 45k for any potential seeds for the spring, we should be okay to do this. How's it going, by the way? You're just going to give us the usual. All right. Here it is. There are a couple things in here we want to do at some point. I do want to point out and just show these on screen real quick. We will need earth crystals, clams, and corals. We will need some of this stuff later on, but this right here is what I want first and foremost. The island obelisk. You do get to choose where to build it, and thankfully it's a pretty small piece of work here, which I quite heavily appreciate. I think I'm going to put it here. And thankfully there is no waiting. It is just erected immediately. Erections aside, that's one errand down, and another one to go. We can get Gus's quest done. Do we have any others going on? Not really. I would be curious to see how much percentage-wise that obelisk counts for, because, I mean, that's a pretty hefty chunk of change. It's not as much as the golden clock, and to think that it's only 10% of that is horrifying. But, yeah, that's the first obelisk I've ever made in terms of, like, I'm not counting the one that warps to the farm from the island. That one I'm not going to count, but that's the first one I've actually proper put on the farm, because I was like, oh, well, the island and the desert ones are normally too expensive, and the other ones I don't need. Like, I would just walk there. Alright, there we go. Guess you've got your famous omelet ready to go, so he'll have that to look forward to after a very nice Christmas/Feast of the Winter Star. The butterfly is somewhere in town, and we could go looking around for it. But I did say I was going to do the fishing, and I do want to stick to that. Hey, there's the butterfly. Hey, Sebi. And that gave us a pretty good chunk of change. That was another, like, 30k right there. Yeah, we'll just drop these in here. Be a little bit faster, I think. Alright, with all of that taken care of, there is one more thing we need to do before we go fishing. And that is our routine. So I will see you guys when that routine is taken care of. Alright, this is what I'm tossing in here. Again, just kind of our usual stuff. Let's go ahead and see if we can have a little bit of luck getting that, Oh, hi, Callie. Oh, now I feel bad. I just saw your empty water bowl. No, I gotta water the water bowl. I know we don't have to anymore, but, like, I'm really bad about not doing it, and it is honestly a crying shame that the sprinklers can't do it, because if they could, that would be what I would do immediately. I would immediately go put a sprinkler up there to be able to fill that water for you. But tragically, the only way it can be filled by not using the watering can is only if a rain is occurring, and even then she would stay indoors, so... Ooh, that's an idea. I could make a little pet area for Callie. Ooh, I might have to do that. Might have to use part of the room for that. That would have been a good use of that cubby, but I do like the reading nook I had, but yeah, that would also have been a good thing. Yeah, maybe I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm going to have to figure out a spot for Callie. And I think based on the theme of what I'm doing for that last room, it could also fit there as well. So yeah, that could be an option for sure. Just kind of grabbing stuff along the way as I go here. Ooh, more carrots. Please, and thank you. Alright. As we could, we don't need to, but as we could get more lava eels into our fish pond, I think lava eel floor is probably our best bet here. So, I will see you guys when I collect all the necessary pieces of trash, or the day ends, which hopefully it will be when I collect all the necessary pieces of trash. There's one right there, so I'll see you guys when this is done. Alright, there we go. 5 pieces of trash. This is what everything else is looking like. So we actually were largely, with the exception of the driftwood, pretty even on all the different pieces of trash. Did grab a couple lava eels, so that was a nice little bonus. As well as that Joja coal, which I don't really need, but you know what? We'll chug it down anyway. Since we're here, one thing I do want to talk about, the quarry over here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start finding something that I have a lot of material for and making pathways. So basically, all of these areas are going to have, like, interconnected pathways, quote-unquote. Basically meaning that the trees will grow and the rocks will not get in the way. This does mean that the quarry's kind of intended purpose of being, you know, a quarry will be gone. But we don't really need it for being a quarry anymore. Like, sure, the rocks and whatnot help here. I do need these materials, but this is not material that I couldn't just get anywhere else. Yep, no prismatic. That's a shame. These would be just as easy to find in any of the caverns that we have access to, and now we've got access to pretty much all of them with the exception of Skull Cavern at any time. We can come there at any time, we can go to the island one at any time, and soon, once we have the obelisk, even the Skull Cavern will be available at any time, so because of that, there's not really much reason to worry about it anymore. So I would rather have the free space. Also, I'm going to have to eat some stuff to get my energy back up here. That's rare. But I would rather have the trees growing, knowing that I can walk through here more easily. It just seems more logical, to sound a bit like Demetrius, to just have it fully set up to where it will be easy to navigate, easy to go through here at any time. I can quickly run in here, grab all the oak resins, and theoretically at some point I will probably not plant... I don't know if I would plant more of them. I might plant more trees just to be able to get more wood, but I don't know if I would use them for making more oak resin for more kegs. But I don't know, maybe. But I think as of right now, the wood would be more useful than the actual oak resin would be, because we need wood more desperately. So yeah, I can't say that for certain. It did give us a nice little bit of stone and other materials here, though, so I can't complain. But I do think it's time to, like, fully format this into something else, so I'll look into that a little bit more. Just kind of wanted to bring it up that if you see it and go, wow, that looks a lot different, what did you do? I probably put down flooring to stop the rocks from growing. That's probably what I did. Almost assuredly, that's what I did. Again, as for flooring, I'll look at what materials do we have a lot of. Okay, we'll use that. Pretty simple. Over here, I'm just going to sell any gemstones we just picked up. I'll go ahead and toss that in there, and then the other pieces of trash will go here. These can go in there. That can go here. Lava eels. There we go. Now we got a full pond of them. Very nice. I thought there was only 7 in there total, so I thought we were going to be 1 shy, but no, it actually worked out perfectly. That is everything there. Now, let's go help that raccoon family out a little bit more. And I think this might be the last one. Maybe. I did say I thought we were on the penultimate one last time, so this might be the final one. We're going to see how it turns out. That is for you. 7 fairy dust. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. You have anything new here? You could buy fairy dust. I think that was already the case, though. Jungle tank, I could buy another one of those. Might do that, actually, potentially. So yeah, how many y'all I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or sorry, 2, 4, 6, 7. You do have 7. So maybe we're getting close to being done? I don't know. I could actually check that, and I might do that once we put these parts of the fairy dust away here. Might take a look and see what we're dealing with there. Might also quickly use the warp that we've got and check on the island and see what's going on over there as well. Let's do that first and foremost. Any geodes? No. That's fine. Don't need to worry about that. Farm computer. I needed to check with you. Ooh, we are running low on hay. Ooh, that's potentially a problem. We should grab more of that. I think we've got enough to where we'll survive the winter without having to go to Marnie. You can go to Marnie's to buy more hay. I've been trying to avoid that as best I could, but yeah, let's go ahead and cut out a pretty good section here. Just enough to guarantee we'll make it through winter. There we go. Yeah, so clearly you do have to be careful during winter time. Like, I fully stocked up on hay before winter started, and still ran out with 2 silos, not just 1. So, and that's not even with a full coop or barn, mind you. So you do want to be careful with that. All right. With all that out of the way, let's go check on the island, like I said, and see what we've got available there. Warp away! Ah, it's so nice to be able to do that. Just freely come back here whenever we need. Able to harvest stuff a lot more easily because I'm not on that time crunch. I can just show up a little bit early to the end of the day and be like, okay, what do I got here? What do I need to do on the island? Quickly grab some stuff. Be on my merry way. no need for any of those. I think I said I wanted to keep 10 of each of these. So do that and ship those. I'll hang on to those coffee beans. Was there anything else I needed to do while I was here, specifically? Anything I needed in storage, specifically? I'm not really seeing anything. Nothing standing out as, oh, I really need that. Also, yeah, we had plenty of those cinder shards. How many of those have we sold, by the way? Because I did say I think you have to sell 15 of everything on here. Let's sell another 2. There. Now that'll be off my mind. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a bit of checking the flooring situation, and maybe we'll start working on the quarry flooring? I don't know. Alright, we are back. Looks like depending on what I've got will kind of determine what I use. I'm kind of actually thinking it might be the wood flooring, as crazy as that sounds, since I've been trying to stockpile wood. But we'll see. Oh, speaking of which, grab a little bit more here. And I guess we'll be getting a little bit more from the driftwood. So yeah, I'm going to take this with me. This is a fair bit. But yeah, I'm leaning towards it being of the flooring types we've got. We've got wood floor, straw floor, weathered floor, rustic plank floor, crystal floor, stone floor, crystal path, stepping stone path, cobblestone path, gravel path. That looks like just a hole in the ground. Or this wood path. And actually the paths are, I think, what I want, question mark. But I'm leaning towards not using the stone. A, because we have less, and I just think the wood is going to look nicer overall, so that's probably what I'm going to go with. But as you can see, yeah, we have a lot less stone now because we used it all. Granted, for a good use, but we did use a lot more of it than we have the wood, and we can always chop down more wood a little bit faster than mining the stone, despite the circumstances. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, let's poke around a little bit and see what we can do in the quarry and how things look. I'm not going to finish it by any stretch of the imagination tonight, but we can go to the town, and then after we go to the town, we can go to the quarry and kind of see how things look. So yeah, this is the floor. Put on the ground to decorate your paths or floors. What does this look like versus... I'm going to make like 3 versus 3 of these. No, I think I like the flooring. Excuse me. I think I like the flooring more than the pathing. I think that just looks a little bit more pretty. Luckily, these only cost 1 piece of wood to do, so I'm not just, like, completely screwing myself by making a ton of these. So we'll just work on it for the time being. But you can kind of get an idea of what I mean now, of like, this is basically what I would do, is I would wrap it around every single tile. And these are actually off-center a little bit. So something like this, to where the stone's not gonna cause any more problems. Where I'm trying to walk through here and I keep getting blocked by it. Which, while funny, yes, is not helpful. So something like this. And yeah, I do need to get more of these planted. You're absolutely right. That's absolutely true. I do need to grab more acorns, and I do need to get more of these planted, and I do plan on doing that. But that will kind of have to be a spring thing, solely due to the fact that the trees don't grow in the winter, and I'm not sure they even drop acorns or the like in the winter. So we're going to have to wait on that a little bit while longer. But you get the idea of what I'm going to do. So at some point, I'm going to have a bunch of those trees out there like that. Maybe with the oak resin, maybe not. Or rather, with the tappers, maybe not. That will just kind of depend. I probably won't do the whole quarry like that, but I might do like 3 rows of trees. I think that seems like a reasonable and fair amount. So that's probably what I'll go with. In fact, we could... Well, no, we don't really have the time anymore in-game. I was going to say we could go ahead and get the wood like set up how we wanted it, and then subsequently do that. But nope, not right now. Sadly, we must call it a day. So for now, I'm going to put these up, but I will leave my wood flooring in there, so I'll remember what I'm doing on that front. Because I might do one more video, I might not. Kind of depends. We'll see. I do need to add more stuff to my preserves jars. I forgot about doing that, but that's okay. At least I think I did. Maybe I added them back and just not on that one. Oh well, I'll figure that out another time. Well, this is it. This is going to be the upcoming last episode of Year 2, and this will probably mean we'll have a slight format change once everything is all said and done. Hey, Sebastian, where are you? Oh, he's probably outside, I'll bet. Yeah, there you are. Hi. I got up early and fed all the farm animals. I hope that makes your job a little easier today. Also filled Callie's water bowl. I don't want to get soft now that I'm a married guy. Maybe I should start eating more hot pepper and working out? Just an idea. Well, I appreciate you filling Callie's water bowl, because the farm animals are all automatically fed, so, yeah, that's a little bit pointless. But it's the thought that counts. Right, one thing I want to check while I'm here, as we end the video off, and next time, of course, we will be working on the final end of winter, I want to check and see how this looks. I do kind of like the look of that. I think that's what I'm going to put there. Yep, I think that's good. It wouldn't have fit in that last area anyway. It fits pretty good here, and I do love that particular picture. So I think that's what we're going to settle on. All right. Next time on Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm, the end of Year 2, we'll have our evaluation, even though, like, I mean, clearly we're doing okay. If only... Making 5 million gold or $5 million in real life in 2 years sounds unfathomable, like, just absolutely insane to someone like me. But yes, we'll have that coming up. We'll have Traveling Merchant on Sunday, so fingers crossed for maybe a little bit of luck in getting that last catalog. And then, of course, after that, we'll have the next special orders and whatnot. But once we roll over to the new year, yeah, again, I'm going to kind of switch things up, and we'll see how that goes. So, until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.